All right, guys, what's up? Today, it is a rainy day, and we still have to pull the motor out, so we're gonna go ahead and start working on that so we can get that done this weekend. I plan to have the motor pulled out and the problem as to why it's not spinning dissected and figured out by the end of this weekend. It is Thursday now. We're gonna work on this a little bit this afternoon. We're gonna work on it tomorrow afternoon after work a little bit, and then we are going to finish doing all this stuff probably Saturday. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab my tools real quick, and we're going to go ahead and get started on this. Honestly, the only real goal for today is to have the engine bay side of things disconnected, and what I mean by that is mostly all of the electrical sensors. I don't really plan to get on my back and get dirty and everything because I've been at work all day and I don't really feel like doing that today. So I'm not getting under the car and undoing the motor mounts and fuel lines and all that stuff. But what we do have to do is go ahead and get the electrical side of things unplugged and get started on that, so that hopefully tomorrow all we need to do after work is undo the motor mounts, the fuel line to the motor, and then that should be it on the underside of things, and then disassemble this front to maybe, if we feel like it tomorrow, pull the engine. If not, all we have to do Saturday is pull the engine, because pulling the engine is the easy part. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get started on all this stuff now. I don't want to bore you guys too much with it because you've all seen me pull this engine in and out multiple times. I've gotten really good at it, pretty fast with it, so it shouldn't be that big of a deal. Also want to take this time to thank you guys for those who watch the videos, because my average watch time has been going up, and the views are kind of sitting where they've always been, and that's fine. We're still slowly growing, and that is what's important. But I appreciate you guys that take the time to stop by and check these videos out, and I appreciate the few of you that are dedicated enough to actually watch all of these, because I feel like a tight-knit community with you. So thank you to the guys that comment and give me your input and stuff like that. I really appreciate it. Anyways, back to all this. All right, guys, have all these holes here taped off. Always tape this kind of stuff off if you're going to leave something out open for a while. I have everything disconnected except for the motor mounts and the fuel line. And the entire front end is completely taken out and apart. All these pipes and stuff taped up as well. So that is going to do it for today. I'll see you guys tomorrow, at which point we will finish removing everything to be able to take out, and we'll see what kind of mood I am in after work tomorrow, and we might pull this thing. Either way, stick around. Alright guys, I saved you the trouble of watching me pull this thing. It's gotten to be pretty monotonous over the years. It is pretty easy to do, so you know, it's not that big of a deal. I'm sure you guys have seen me do it a lot, and if you'd like to see me do it some more, go back and watch previous videos. So, aside from that, where were we? It does not really look like there is any sort of issues other than just looking at it right here. Let me grab my camera light real quick. It looks like part of the little bearing thingamajiggy at the end down there is hitting something. What do you call it? The pilot bearing, pilot bushing, whatever you want to call it. It's the only thing that I can tell just from looking at it. So I don't really know how to remedy that. You can see it's kind of chewed up right there. But I'm going to go ahead and finish dropping this thing down. And we have a few things to experiment with before we draw to conclusions, but yeah, so stick around. Alright guys, we have everything taken apart. I just did some spitball measurements of the length of the inside of the pilot bearing to the input shaft, and there's no reason for it not to line up and work. So maybe I just need to take some sandpaper and some degreaser and some brake cleaner or whatever and clean up the input shaft. Maybe it's just getting stuck on something, I don't know. Yeah, so either way, we have this stuff taken apart. We're going to go over this and do some more stuff in depth tomorrow. I just got home from work, finished pulling this thing out. Don't really want to fool with it much more today, but either way, have this stuff here and ready to work on. So soon as I have some more time, which will be tomorrow, we will get to working on this thing and trying to figure it out. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Alright, I also would just like to show you guys something real quick. This thing is super easy to turn over by hand. It actually can spin by hand, which is interesting because this motor's never really spun that freely. So that's pretty cool. Glad to know that nothing inside this thing is hurt. So anyways, yeah, see you tomorrow. We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming to take you guys to Harbor Freight because I went last night and I forgot they closed early because of the virus stuff. So I'm determined, because that engine hoist over there has some extremely crappy wheels on it. Like 2 of them are froze up, 1 of them doesn't even spin. Yeah, so we are not dealing with that anymore, and I'm making it a mission before that stuff goes back in to go get some new wheels for it. So stick around, we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna go ahead and get this thing put back together. This should be a longer episode because I'm going to just encompass everything that we accomplished this weekend into one video. So it should hopefully be over 10 minutes long compared to the ones we've been doing lately that are 5 or 6 minutes long. So. Alright guys, so this is pretty much what I've come up with upon further inspection. For one, there's a lot of wear right here. This, I'm not entirely sure what that means, but as you guys can see, there's a lot of wear there and discoloration, so it's been hitting something. That, and further on the inside where the pilot bearing is, I don't really know if you guys can see that, but there are scratches against it, and I'm assuming that the input shaft is bound up against this, along with the slave cylinder being bound up against this, not letting it spin. So I don't really know what this right here means, but I do know that something to do with the input shaft of the transmission and the slave cylinder was stopping it from spinning. So I'm gonna go ahead and release this video out and get you guys' opinion about this. So I take back what I said about it being longer. I wanted to assemble everything and have it back together in this video, but I wanted to get some input on what this right here could mean. So I'm gonna go ahead and upload this. This is as far as we're going on this stuff today. We're about to shift our attention over to our engine hoist and change out all these wheels because I have new wheels for that. So that is what we figured out about this. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comments. I'm going to show this video to a few people once I get it uploaded, and try and get some information from people that would be knowledgeable in this. So yeah, anyway, let me go ahead and show you guys over here what we got for the hoist. I went to Harbor Freight and got a whole bag of these boys. Should roll a lot better, plus these actually spin. All these over here are like damn seized up and ugly, and the one on the front over there doesn't even have a wheel on it. So we're gonna go ahead and begin changing these out now. All right guys, you wanna know what's frustrating? Frustrating is when you buy 6 wheels for your engine hoist and you can only put the ones on the front because the ones in the back are a different size. That's frustrating. Anyway, aside from that, at least we did get the one that was actually a problem fixed, that really bunk ass one there. So the ones on the front are pretty good and pretty new, so that'll at least help, because the ones in the back do roll. So maybe the ones in the front can steer. But anyway, I think that's gonna do it for this video, guys. I appreciate you all for watching. Once again, like I said earlier, let me know what you guys think about our issue here. We're gonna reassemble this thing this week. I didn't get to make as much progress as I wanted to over the weekend because all 4th of July weekend it has done nothing but pour. And when I say pour, I mean like really bad weather, pour rain. So anyways, that's gonna do it for this video. Subscribe if you haven't already, guys. Give the video a thumbs up, please. It really helps. Comment, that really helps. Let me know what you guys think about this. And other than that, guys, I appreciate you all for watching. Stick around for the next video and have a wonderful day, guys. Peace.